Our church has a few missions projects that we have followed for a long time. And one of those projects is in the highlands of southern Peru. And one of the beautiful features of that is there's such a great need as they plant churches down there for pastoral training, because a lot of the pastors there are also involved in agriculture, and they're basically tent makers. And so we've had that partnership there. A couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to go down to One Life, One Chance, and as Rob showed me around and kind of explained what's happening in the San Quintin Valley and how the gospel is just basically raising everything up higher in that valley, he did talk about one of the problems, and that was pastoral training. They are all tent makers, and so they don't have resources for training and all that kind of thing. And a light bulb went off in my head, and as Rob and I talked, I thought, what if we kind of followed the pattern of what's happening in southern Peru, and we did some pastoral training in the San Quintin Valley? And so that kind of got our juices flowing and our wheels turning, and we worked toward a pastoral training weekend. And our first one took place last year, and it was a great success. And so one of the people who has made this all work together is Holly Duke. Holly is our missions pastor here, and she was able to be one of the key people who helped put on that weekend last year. And so now the question comes, this COVID year, are we going to be able to do anything like that again? And so I'm going to invite Holly to just kind of tell you what's happened this year up to this point.
You know, it has been a privilege and a pleasure to work with like-minded people who are interested in working and developing an area so that the gospel can flourish. And the indigenous people in each of these areas, I think, are key and critical because they can do the work that we cannot. And so to be a part of working alongside of Heather and Arturo and the others at One Life, to be able to put together training events for pastors who one, need the training, but two, need a place for fellowship and to be able to have space to come together and talk and share and learn about unity. It's cool that we can be a part of that. And so yeah, last year we were able to put together a whole weekend, and it was great. We learned a lot of things from it, and so we are really looking forward to having another one again this coming fall, however COVID hit. And things shifted, but I'm really excited to say that we've been able to work with, again, Heather and Arturo, and we're putting together a one-day training event. It's a packed day based on staying firm in the storm, and there's 3 teaching sessions that are going to be along the lines of how to deal with the pandemic, how to pastor during the pandemic, how to lead through depression, and how to continue to promote unity. There's going to be food, fellowship, games. We're able to give away some resources. Bible dictionaries went over so well last year, and so we're going to be giving away some of those, as well as some much needed food hampers, and so they'll be able to take those home at the end of the day. But a lot of this, I think, with the relationship that we have with an organization who's so well invested into this community. When COVID hit, us as a church, we think about how helpless we felt during that time, and being able to come alongside and help with some finances to help develop some community meals. I mean, One Life just went out into the community with the dollars that we were able to get together, again, to get rid of that helpless feeling and in such a hopeless and helpless time, to be able to give. These community meals just happened, and so the Heather and Arturo and the One Life staff, they were working with the local church pastors and providing communities meals where they wouldn't otherwise necessarily get them, because again, the impact of COVID was quite great there. So in and through that, our people are learning to love those in the valley. We're learning to further what it means to train and how we can be involved in that. And so we're excited. October 31st is the next pastoral training event. It's just a day-long thing, but we're really looking forward to what God is doing through these pastors in this time. So it's been fun.